now is Brad Polumbo, journalist and YouTuber and host of the amazing show Brad versus Everyone. Brad, please explain to our audience the rise and fall of Hasan Piker.
Yeah, look, Hasan Piker is the most dangerous person that if you're over the age of about 35, you've probably never heard of, but he is massively influential. He's one of the biggest personalities on live streaming in terms of Twitch and political commentary, YouTube as well. He has a massive platform, but he's embroiled in this controversy where after researching it, I believe that he did shock his dog with a shock collar, but he denies that allegation. And it's almost become a forensic analysis of what exact model of the collar, all sorts of people putting this under the microscopic lens. But to me, it's a little bit ridiculous. Obviously, it would be wrong to shock your dog to keep them in the background as a prop on a live stream. But this is a man who has said the murder of a Republican senator would be justified. This is a man who has openly praised Luigi Mangione, the alleged murderer of a healthcare CEO. He's even signified support for designated U.S. terror groups, and he could be taken down at last over a controversy about how he treats his dog. I don't know. I know we love our pets. I love my dogs, but it seems a bit misplaced priorities to me.
Brad, I feel so implicated in your criticism right there because, you know, I've been critical of him and the things he has said, but when I saw that dog yelp in what seems obvious pain for refusing to play the role of prop, something in me just totally broke. So I am exactly the person that you need to be speaking to right now.
I get it. No, I get it.
I want to also play you this. Karine Jean-Pierre, the former press secretary for President Joe Biden, has been on a book tour, and she's been making the rounds. Here is an appearance she made on Stephen Colbert's show.
The man that I saw nearly every day was someone who was engaging, understood policy, and was always putting the American people first. I saw him
I don't think
nearly
anybody
every
questioned
day.
his heart or his policies,
not even,
but it takes more than that to be the president of the United States. In a moment of great pressure on stage, we saw someone shock us and worry us.
What's so amazing to me about that clip, Brad, is seeing Colbert actually take a quite strong line against Karine Jean-Pierre after himself participating in the great cover-up, of course, of President Biden's decline. What did you make of this?
Yeah, well, it's easy now that he's out of office.
Right.
He's not running for re-election. Oftentimes, that's when you will find more establishment media figures willing to actually point out the truth. But I found Karine Jean-Pierre's entire media tour that she's going on. I'm not sure what exactly she's auditioning for, but it's got to be something. She's hawking her new book. She's declared herself an independent. But I find the whole thing utterly unconvincing. She's clearly learned nothing. She actually, in another interview, wouldn't rule out that Biden could have served through 2028. As if he was, still up to the job. So she continues to gaslight us, take no accountability or apologize for her role in this cover-up. And then she also has really bizarrely suggested that the Democrats didn't lean into identity politics hard enough and aren't doing enough to support LGBTQ Black women. She opened up her sentence with, as a Black woman who is LGBTQ, which is a great way to never open up a sentence that's not an argument, right? But she's doubling down on the identity stuff when Democrats should be focusing on economic messages and actual policy plans for the American people.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think she, like the Jake Tapper book, is actually providing an alibi to the media, which participated in the cover-up, right? These are now the fall guys. Oh, if only we had known she was the one who hit it. And I think, of course, with her, because she's no longer a Democrat, that has released them to tell the truth.
Yeah, and I don't understand that calculation on her end. Why she thought declaring herself an independent and leaving the Democratic Party, I don't know, while still seemingly clinging on to the worst parts of the Democratic agenda and message and taking no accountability. I don't know what the future holds for Karine Jean-Pierre, but it doesn't look bright or promising, and she will go down as having participated in a fraud on the American people, covering up Biden's decline, and then come out the other end of it pushing the same old without real accountability or apology.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see if the kind of identity politics that she represents does move into the sort of independent center zone while the Democrats kind of do learn the populist message and go back to their roots in labor. Could be interesting to see. Brad Polumbo, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.